मैं साइन अप शीट के लिए अपना नाम लिखना चाह रही थी मगर मेरे हाथ कांप रहे थे और मैं सही से अपना नाम नहीं लिख सकती थी। मैंने अपने कोच को कॉल किया था एंड आई वाज लाइक आई डोंट केयर, आप मेरे घर आएंगे, हम 1-on-1 ट्रेनिंग करेंगे, मैं नहीं रुक रही ट्रेनिंग।
पहली अपॉर्चुनिटी थी बाहर जाने की, कंट्री के लिए खेलने की। हाउ डिड यू गेट दैट अपॉर्चुनिटी?
पर्सनल ट्रेनिंग 1-to-1 it can be anywhere between 1500 to 3000 per session.
जुगाड़ करके नेटवर्क से कहीं से व्हाट्सएप नंबर मिल जाए तो ज्यादा एडवांटेज है।
One of my old bosses says जब मैं काम करी थी और मैं फॉलो अप्स कोशिश करी थी, मैं कोई जवाब नहीं दे रहा। मेरी बॉस ने कहा था कि उनकी जिंदगी में बुखार बन जाए ना, उसने आपको तंग करना पड़ेगा ताकि दूसरा बंदा के ये ले ले। पेरेंट्स सोच रहे थे कि आप क्या करेंगी, आप लड़ेंगी, आप फाइट करेंगी, मुंह पर पड़ेगा। एट द सेम टाइम मुझे पता था कि यही करना था, आई वांटेड टू डू दिस, काइंड ऑफ पुट माय हेड डाउन एंड आई जस्ट कंटिन्यूड डूइंग व्हाट आई वांटेड टू डू।
आज भी हर दिन एक नया रिस्क है ना।
आयतुल कुर्सी पढ़ के शी grabs me and she goes, आयतुल कुर्सी और मामा करके। I feel like fear is our biggest driving factor. We have a habit of giving up things if we're not good at them. Feel really happy for 5 minutes and losing I feel really sad for 5 minutes. और फिर मैं सोचती हूँ कि अब मैं किस चीज़ पर काम कर सकती हूँ, क्या बेहतर कर सकती हूँ।
हेलो, अस्सलाम वालेकुम, वेलकम बैक टू अनदर एपिसोड ऑफ हसल। आज जो मेरे साथ गेस्ट हैं वो शी इज़ नॉट जस्ट ब्रोकन स्टीरियोटाइप्स बट ऑल्सो सम फेसेस टू, आई एम श्योर। सो वेलकमिंग ईमान खान, शी इज़ नेशनल चैम्पियन इन MMA, मिक्स मार्शल आर्ट्स, किकबॉक्सिंग चैम्पियन भी हैं। और हम जानेंगे बहुत कुछ जो मुझे पता नहीं है, आपको भी जानना है, मुझे भी जानना है। लेट्स टॉक टू ईमान। कैसी हैं आप?
Good. Hi, how are you?
Great. So ईमान, टेक अस थ्रू योर जर्नी। कैसे शुरू किया, कहाँ से चढ़ा ये शौक़, और कहाँ से पढ़ाई की, कहाँ से ट्रेनिंग ली?
तो मैं एक्चुअली आर्टिस्ट हूँ। मैंने ग्राफिक डिज़ाइन में आई डिड माई यूनिवर्सिटी स्कूलिंग फ्रॉम इन दैट लंदन से। तो मैं लंदन में थी और मैंने सोचा था कि आई वांटेड टू फील सेफर एंड मोर कॉन्फिडेंट इन माई सेल्फ एंड माई बॉडी। तो मैंने सेल्फ डिफेंस से शुरू किया था। आई स्टार्टेड विथ क्राफ मगा विच इज़ एन इजरायली मार्शल आर्ट फॉर सेल्फ डिफेंस। तो वहाँ से शुरू किया था और मुझे बहुत पसंद आया था। और मगर फिर मैं वापस लंदन से आई एंड मैंने सोचा कि मैं कुछ ना कुछ स्पोर्ट शुरू कर लूँ टू कंटिन्यू दिस न्यू फाउंड कॉन्फिडेंस एंड स्ट्रेंथ दैट आई हैड विद इन माई सेल्फ। तो मैंने मुआय थाई शुरू किया था विच इज़ लाइक किक बॉक्सिंग बट इट इन्वॉल्व्स अ लिटिल बिट ऑफ ग्रैपलिंग। यू होल्ड द पर्सन, एल्बोज, थोड़े से नीज। एंड मैं वहाँ से किक बॉक्सिंग में गई थी फ्रॉम K7 किक बॉक्सिंग अकेडमी यहाँ कराची में। And it was love at first sight. Love at first punch, at first spar. It was one of those moments.
Love story, by the way.
Right. But it was one of those moments जहाँ मुझे पता था कि मुझे यही करना है, आगे जाकर.
So family में कोई है, कोई ऐसा background है, या सिर्फ आप ही ये शौक रखती हैं?
So kickboxing, mixed martial arts, एक cousin है जो करती है, मगर उसके अलावा मेरी immediate family में athletes बहुत ज़्यादा हैं। शायद वो MMA में ना हो, but my mom was an athlete, my dad was an athlete, my sister was a track and field star also. And my grandfather was in the Air Force, Pakistan Air Force. Unke dada was in the Pakistan, the hockey team, the Olympic hockey team when we won gold.
Amazing.
So I have a history of athleticism in my family and it's necessary to carry it on,
Great.
वो कीड़ा है मेरे अंदर।
अच्छा, तो फिर आप वापस आई पाकिस्तान, आपने अपनी ट्रेनिंग शुरू की?
जी, मैंने ट्रेनिंग शुरू की एंड आई रिमेंबर आई स्टार्टेड एट K7 एंड उस वक्त मैं इतनी नॉट अनफिट, अब मैं अनफिट नहीं थी मगर इस हद तक मैं नहीं थी। मैं साइन अप शीट के लिए अपना नाम लिखना चाह रही थी मगर मेरे हाथ कांप रहे थे और मैं सही से अपना नाम नहीं लिख सकती थी। बट उस वक्त मेरे अंदर जान आया था एंड आई न्यू दैट दिस इज़ इट, दिस इज़ व्हाट आई वांट टू डू। एंड मैं ग्रुप सेशंस कर रही थी मेरे कोच रिजवान खान के साथ, जो अभी भी मेरे कोच हैं। हम पिछले 5 साल से एक साथ काम कर रहे हैं एक दूसरे के साथ। एंड आई वाज डूइंग ग्रुप सेशंस विद हिम एंड I think the best improvement that I got was really after COVID, जब लॉकडाउन gyms बंद हुए थे, ऑफिसेज बंद हुए थे और हम सब घर में ही काम कर रहे थे
और ज़्यादा टाइम मिल गया।
मैंने अपने कोच को कॉल किया था एंड आई वाज लाइक आई डोंट केयर, आप मेरे घर आएंगे, हम 1-on-1 ट्रेनिंग करेंगे, मैं नहीं रुक रही ट्रेनिंग। एंड ही this 1-on-1 training, this 1-on-1 FaceTime that I got with him, it took me from here to here. So I really thank him so much for being able to take out the time for me to be able to do these things. And yeah, I'm so thankful कि Pakistan में इतने opportunities नहीं मिलते हैं. मगर I know my coach Rizwan Khan, he really struggles and he strives to give not just me but all of his students opportunities to fight, opportunities to compete. So
and now you're training as well, like two other people. You're a trainer today.
Yeah, so I've been a coach since 2018. Almost the same time I started kickboxing. उससे पहले I was doing Muay Thai and वो Krav Maga, but around the time I started kickboxing, I started doing strength and conditioning coaching. वो भी group sessions करती थी, and now I've kind of moved on to one-on-one personal training because I know how much it helps.
तो मुझे बताइए वो जो पहली अपॉर्चुनिटी थी बाहर जाने की या कंट्री के लिए खेलने की, पहले वहाँ बात करते हैं फिर इंटरनेशनल पे भी बात करेंगे. हाउ डिड यू गेट दैट अपॉर्चुनिटी? बिकॉज आई एम वेरी क्यूरियस टू नो अ लॉट ऑफ पीपल. वैसे तो खवातीन अक्सर घुसती भी नहीं है इस फील्ड में, उस पर भी हम बात करेंगे, बट अगर कोई एंटर कर भी जाए तो वो जो एक्सेस है एक्सेस टू ऑल दोज अपॉर्चुनिटीज़ वो कैसे लोग अवेल कर सकते हैं?
So local opportunities काफ़ी हद तक बढ़ गई हैं. There are so many different, how do I say, like organizations that have started doing small fight nights, like Sarai Fight Night, ARY Warriors, the Spark Management. So this and so many more वो local opportunities करते हैं. Clubs also have what's called inter-club, कि या तो within the club people fight each other. Or they'll call people from local clubs in the same vicinity or the same city, or वो थोड़ा सा होता है. Normally it happens within the same club, but there are so many more opportunities now for like local opportunities for people to avail. And if not sparring, it's the best way to kind of get your head in that space.
And also tell me about the expenditure, because initially, so I think, I'm not sure, so I think कि आपके पास वो access और resources थी, like to opt this opportunity or to go to opt this field exactly. So बहुत सारे लोग जो देख कर अगर उनको शौक भी है कि यार मुझे करना है, तो how would they start? Because थोड़ा सा अगर आप initial expenditure पे मुझे बताएं, शुरू में ट्रेनिंग पे कितना खर्चा, क्या फीस, कुछ इस तरह से.
So I think each club, each coach, each facility in every city has its own fees. Generally, जो होता है is like for personal training, one-to-one, it can be anywhere between 1,500 to 3,000 per session. That's like 3,000 would be like a more expensive trainer, a renowned trainer.
And how many sessions do you take like in a month?
So I used to do just 3 sessions in a week. So that would be like, 12 sessions a month. But now I do more because I'm sparring, I'm doing wrestling, like rolling, boxing, kickboxing. मैं बहुत कुछ कर रही हूँ, strength training, मैं बहुत कुछ कर रही हूँ, and I have to.
Now you're playing on an international level, ना? तो ये वाली बात है.
So I have to be a bit more serious about that, and since my level is increasing, ये inflation भी हो रही है, तो obviously all of these things they do count. But for someone who is just starting out and maybe doesn't have the access or the funds or all of that, I feel like यहाँ पाकिस्तान में लोग बहुत like वो दिल खोल लेते हैं for people, in the sense that
sponsorship पे आप बात कर रही हैं.
Not just sponsorship. I feel like sponsorship is a different issue. I'm talking about personal funding for training, like to a gym or something like that. Sponsorship for international competitions, it's a whole other conversation.
But these are the local sponsors, personal level pe they are funding your
and there are more private sponsors who are willing to do that now again than they were like 2-3 years ago. So we're in a very good, for MMA, for kickboxing, हम बहुत अच्छे time पर, like if you want to start now, it's a decent time to start. But apart from that, I know so many people who've studied from YouTube videos, who've bought a bag, saved up, bought a bag, put it up, and they like train themselves. They get advice from other people. They take videos of themselves, और वो internet पर डाल देते हैं, like Reddit पर, Facebook पे, Instagram पे, और वो कहते हैं कि critique my work. कि मैं क्या गलत कर रहा हूँ, मैं क्या बेहतर कर सकता हूँ. There are so many resources available for us now with the dawn of the internet. I've set my videos to like, different fighters and stuff also. I've tried to talk to them online. मोस्टली जवाब नहीं देते हैं, मगर जो जवाब देते हैं वो ट्राई तो करना पड़ता है ना.
4 में से 1 तो नहीं देगा, ये 6 में से 1 दे देगा.
Exactly, right? And you know, there are a couple of fighters who have responded to me, say good job, do all of this, and मैं ही खुश होती हूँ ना, मेरी बेहतरी होती है. But yeah, I feel like the more you follow people, the more you stay in touch with people.
From your field.
From your field, जितना भी networking करते हैं, जितना भी you immerse yourself in the culture, the local culture, obviously international also counts, but we're talking locally, the more benefit you will get out of it.
What about local international opportunities then?
International opportunities are obviously way more than local, because frequency ज़्यादा है, facilities भी ज़्यादा हैं, people put more money and funding into just the organization of these events. If you get paid or not, it's just more advanced, it's more evolved than it is here in Pakistan, which is unfortunate, but it's the truth. But like I said, बहुत से local sponsors अब like Pakistani people who want to sponsor fighters or athletes going abroad. The difficulty in my field, at least, is that it's seen as a violent sport, which kind of it is, right? Like, there's a reason why it isn't in the Olympics yet. I guess agar MMA एक Olympic sport hota, then it would be much easier, I think, anyway. But again, social media, like my coaches, training partners, people in the club who wanted sponsorship, वो सारे social media पर post कर लेते हैं कि hey, you know, I'm looking for a sponsor, I'm looking for this. Forget fighters here locally. I've seen international big name fighters do this also. कि Instagram stories पर वो डाल देते हैं कि please sign up if you want to be my sponsor.
Okay.
और वो sponsors ढूंढ लेते हैं. You know, again, the age of social media, like you said, आप 10 लोगों से पूछ लेते हो और 5 maybe 3 agree कर लेंगे. Maybe that's all you need. But you
know what I'm doing at Hustle अभी, because मैंने start किया, so I keep approaching people. At times Instagram पे तो मतलब impossible scene है कि Instagram पे या Facebook पे कोई जवाब दे दे. At times LinkedIn पे जवाब मिल जाता है, Twitter पे मिल जाता है. You know, तो there are multiple platforms, और फिर कुछ ना कुछ जुगाड़ करके network से कहीं से WhatsApp नंबर मिल जाए तो ज़्यादा advantage है.
वो किसी ने, one of my old bosses says, I remember जब मैं काम करी थी और मैं follow-ups कोशिश करी थी, मैं कोई जवाब नहीं दे रहा था, मेरी बॉस ने कहा था कि उनकी ज़िंदगी में बुखार बन जाए ना. I was like, yeah, I was like, that makes so much sense. But now I remember that now कि like
you have to be that core sales वाला बंदा, पीछे लग जाओ.
आपको तंग करना पड़ेगा ताकि दूसरा बंदा के ये ले बस कर लूँगी बस. So I think it applies here. It applies everywhere in life. You do have to hustle to get what you want. You have to explore every single avenue, and you will get rejected 1,000 times, but that 1 or 2 times you don't get rejected, that's all that matters.
Absolutely. So वो जिद्दी होना पड़ता है.
Exactly, yeah.
चले ईमान, मुझे आपके challenges भी जानने हैं, but I think अगर आप मुझे अपनी ये vicinity दिखाएं, क्या चल रहा है, क्या हो रहा है, कहाँ पे training करती हैं आप?
Yeah, let's go.
देखते हैं.
Yeah, that's it. Come. So this is my, like, you know, all of this. The challenges that I've faced, there have been many. Obviously, there's some that you have seen, like you can physically see, and some that are more like emotional challenges. Obviously, at the start, I knew that my parents weren't very like into the idea of me. Very shocking, right? Like, parents सोच रहे थे कि आप क्या करेंगी, आप लड़ेंगी, आप fight करेंगी, like मुंह पर पड़ेगा, you have to. It's a very like aggressive sport. Like, are you sure you want to do it, and not just as a hobby?
Though your family background was.
Yeah, but again, it's very different. Like, playing hockey is very different, track and field is very different, and mixed martial arts where you're literally, you're physically hurting a person, you know. It's very, very different, and I don't blame them for feeling kind of apprehensive about it, but at the same time मुझे पता था कि यही करना था, like I wanted to do this, so I just kind of put my head down and I just continued doing what I wanted to do, and then I won a few fights, and my parents kind of understood that. So like I said, my family wasn't super supportive at the start. They didn't really want me to pursue this as a profession or career, but through my own hard work, through not listening to my parents, through being kind of dheet,
rebellious
yes. And dheet, I kind of proved it to them through my actions versus just my words. क्योंकि I remember कि मैं एक corporate job में काम करती थी और मैं रोती थी कि मुझे quit करना है, मुझे नहीं करना है, and my parents would be like, नहीं बेटा, like यही करना है जिंदगी में, corporate life ही, like it's stable and all of that. And I was like, I understand that, but मुझे ये करना है,
आज भी हर दिन एक नया risk है ना, आप whenever you are into that field, जब भी आप fighting के लिए जा रहे हो, तो आज भी उन्हें वो डर रहता होगा, like.
Of course, but alhamdulillah, my parents are my biggest supporters, especially my mom. My mom travels, whether it's to Lahore or Islamabad or like अभी मैं Serbia गई थी, my mom came with me there.
Okay.
Abu Dhabi भी मैं fight लड़ने गई थी, and she went there. She came to support. Like she's my number one fan, but she still वो like she watches through her hands. Like कभी कभार वो आंखें बंद करके देखती है, but she's there.
आयतल कुर्सी पढ़ के
आयतल कुर्सी पढ़ के like she grabs me and she goes, आयतल कुर्सी और मामा करके. So she still does that, and she obviously is scared. माँ होती है ना, तो
अच्छा ये I have a question. Are you like not any time scared कि यार अगर मुंह पे लग जाएगी तो क्या होगा, या अगर scars and everything, उसके बाद you have those consequences, while you choose your passion, you still have those consequences.
That's another one of the challenges that I have faced in this sport. Again, alhamdulillah, no broken noses or anything, like a few bent fingers and toes maybe, but no major serious damage. I've had actually like my knee and my back, like all of these things have in their own time been pretty messed up. मेरा नाक खुल गया है काफी बार. I've gotten cuts on my face. I've gotten bruises everywhere. Literally कल यहाँ एक बहुत बड़ा गोला था क्योंकि my coach hit me with his heel. But it's one of those things that your physical self will heal. Your emotional self gets even stronger after. That said, every time I step into the cage, every time when there's a fight, I'm putting my body on the line. I'm putting my health on the line. I'm risking myself.
And there's 0.01% fear?
I would be lying if I said there was no fear, right? But I feel like fear is our biggest driving factor.
Okay.
This is, and it doesn't just apply to MMA or me as a person. It applies in life. Like you're scared of losing money or having no money, so you work super hard. You're scared of not being able to put food on the table for your kids, so you get an extra job. You're scared that you might get a heart attack, so you step into the gym. I'm not saying fear should be your driving factor, but it is one of our biggest driving factors. Like since the dawn of time.
So true.
It's a fact, okay, like we've been running away from, like in our ancestors used to run away from, like tigers and lions and all of this stuff, and and now we fear different things in our life, and I feel like all of this stuff helps me be less scared.
Acha.
Yeah,
of course. Now today यार कितनों को मारा है वैसे, like on a serious note, किसी ने छेड़ा हो या कभी जा रहे हैं, पीटा तो होगा I'm sure, है ना?
Yeah, a couple of times.
I want to know that story यार. कोई एक story, किसको मारा था? Recent किसको पीटा है?
He's
like
gonna,
apart from your trainer.
He's gonna अभी आए हैं यहाँ पीछे. तो he's gonna kill me. मैं उनका नाम, I'm gonna leave his name out of this. मगर एक बंदा था, and I know him very well, and हमारी थोड़ी सी argument हो गई थी क्योंकि वो समझते थे कि because he was 30 kilos heavier than me. Okay. Like I was 55 kilos, he was 85 kilos. Okay. So his viewpoint was that because I'm heavier than you, it means I'm stronger than you, and you can't dominate me.
Okay.
ठीक है? So I was like, ऐसे नहीं होता, like and he wasn't into like MMA or anything.
अच्छा.
मगर वो जज्बाती हो गए थे, and
मेरा तो वजन ज़्यादा है.
Yeah, he was like मेरा वजन ज़्यादा है. So I kind of taught him a lesson.
अच्छा फिर मारा पकड़ के.
वो एक RNC choke होता है, rear naked choke, जहाँ वो गला यहाँ elbow में लगता है, and kind of. So I made him pass out basically, and I think he learned his lesson. And that
ये
was
तो वो बंदा willingly आया था ना कि let's fight नहीं willingly नहीं आया
ये
था
willingly नहीं आया था थोड़ी सी like लड़ाई झगड़ा हुई थी but at the end I was dominant.
अच्छा ओके तो रोड पे किसी को नहीं पीटा वैसा वाला कोई सीन नहीं हुआ
No.
तो कोई हिम्मत ही नहीं करता होगा ना फिर
I think again, alhamdulillah, I've never been in that situation. Like I've been in different situations like that, but not just a random street fight like that. If I was in that situation now, I would feel more confident. If the person doesn't have a knife or a gun, I would feel more confident. If a person has a knife or a gun, please just listen to them.
Okay, चले जी और देखते हैं फिर आगे चलते हैं. Great. So tell me about three learnings and three stories along with those learnings जो आपने throughout the journey सीखी हो so that people would learn from it.
So I've learned many things in my time studying martial arts and being a martial artist. And one of them is to never give up. I think in today's day and age, we have a habit of giving up things if we're not good at them. I think if you dare to be great or dare to be really bad at something and you know, like whenever you're starting something out, you're usually never good at it, right? But if you
can't
keep
be good
going,
at something पहली दफा में.
Exactly, right? It's like beginner's luck एक चीज होती है, but consistency is much better than luck.
Absolutely.
So the kind of discipline and hard work that being a martial artist has taught me, it's second to none. I used to be really bad. I used to have a lot of flaws, and I still do. Like, I'm not saying I'm perfect, but I know कि मैं इस level पर होती थी, and I recognized where I could do better, and I actively worked on those consistently and in small portions every single day for the last 5 years, and it's brought me to a level where I feel not satisfied, but more comfortable, you know? Improved, exactly, evolved as a person and a fighter. So never giving up and being consistent is like one of the things that I've learned.
Also, some of the examples from your journey, like when you lost at international level, you know, and then you're still, I think, more confident and more active and more persistent, more passionate. कि अब अगली दफा में मैंने जीतना है, you know?
So the way that I am, the type of person that the mindset that I have is कि like winning and losing इतना like feelings में इतना फर्क नहीं आता है. So like winning I feel really happy for 5 minutes and losing I feel really sad for 5 minutes. और फिर मैं सोचती हूँ कि अब मैं किस चीज़ पर काम कर सकती हूँ, क्या बेहतर कर सकती हूँ, and then I kind of move on from that loss or move on from that win and I try and improve myself. So I think you know, obviously acknowledge your losses, be sad, feel your feelings, acknowledge your wins. It's good to feel proud of yourself also, but always look at how you can improve. Look at how you can improve yourself, look at how you can improve the people around you. Yeah.
This was amazing story, and I hope that people would have learned from it. Not just those people who are like aspiring boxers or kickboxers, but ये वो चीजें हैं जो हमें personal life में बड़ी help करती हैं, being passionate and consistent about a lot of things. Even if you fail, you don't give up. So if you like the story, you need to subscribe the channel. And before leaving, I would like to ask any last words for the viewers of Hustle.
I would like to say that a strong body is a strong mind. You know, the stronger your physical self is, the stronger your emotional self will be. This is what I believe. This is my opinion, and this is what I've seen in myself and my clients. I'm speaking from my experience that martial arts and a gym lifestyle has given me the strength and confidence to believe that I can achieve whatever I want to, and I hope that it does for you guys also.
Thank you so much, Eman.
My pleasure. Thank you for coming.